France, the Black Man from Lambo here, with Dylan Logan, a victorious Dylan Logan, that is, doing this interview podcast style. Dylan, that was a good performance. Again, like back and forth. So just tell us how you feel you performed in that fight and your opponent also.
I knew coming in that Tom would be like a tough grappler. He tries to shoot on the double. I knew coming in as well because it was a ring. He could, like, if he wanted to go body lock, he could reach through the ring. So like I was expecting more of like shots and like trips and stuff. And again, like I felt like my striking and all was crisp, but the transitions from the striking to the grappling in that MMA environment, as well as just ground as a professional, I'm just gonna have to get used to it. But I felt like he was getting me down a little bit too easy, like whereas I wouldn't be getting taken down maybe that easily in the gym. So again, it's just experience. I feel like every time I'm stepping up on ground, learning. And I enjoyed it. Tom was a good opponent, solid grappler. Showed up, he went, fought hard, and I enjoyed it, learned. And I look forward to going October 29th now.
October 29th is next for you.
Halloween Havoc, Cage Legacy. So I have a Swedish guy for that. Same again, just back to the gym now tomorrow. Improve, test myself then, and just keep going from there.
So you already know what's next, you know your opponent, you know where you're fighting and stuff like that. You already know your opponent, that's great. And but what do you feel like you have to work on yourself, especially from watching yourself?
If I was to sit back and watch myself fight and give myself some advice, I say these grappling exchanges where it's like they jab and then they exchange. Just getting comfortable that, like, when they try their shot, just even little level changes, you know, just like little things like that. I think as well, it's just a lot to do with the environment as well. Like I know in our gym we've brought in, you know yourself, the rounds under where it's like you meet up with John and you do the 3-5 minute rounds under this type of environment. And I've done a couple of them now in front of John, and like I felt a lot more relaxed in there than I did from my last one. Like in my last one, I didn't get any shots off. I was kind of just frozen. That one I was a little bit more patient, getting a few shots off, and I feel that's 100% down to the environment training we've been doing in SPG. Yeah. And so back to the gym tomorrow, and just keep building and building on that, and then eventually we're gonna have the perfect package. That's how I say it anyway. I say I'm just building. Obviously, there's things I'm not happy with. I'm not happy with him hitting the takedown. But so look, if I went out and had a flawless performance, I go back and I still wouldn't be happy. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy that I got the win, and there's things that I can work on. So I'm just looking forward to getting back and doing it again.
Nice. So if you're gonna like tell us where you're gonna be, say, in about 2 years, where are you planning? And from this performance, from doing what you think you're gonna do next, where do you think that's gonna take you? Whether now in the next 2 years or even in a longer period of time.
I see like the bigger organisations like the likes of Bellator and like ONE FC, and as you know yourself, like back in the day it was like the UFC was the be all and end all. And yes, it would be absolutely fantastic to fight for the UFC. But like in 2-3 years time, if I'm fighting for very good money at ONE FC or Bellator or any of these top shows, at the end of the day you're in it to get some good money. And if they're like, you know what I mean? So I'm not like looking down the road and saying I'm gonna go here. I'm just gonna go fight, improve, and whatever shows up. Like if I can get paid this much for going to this show, or I can get like 80% less and fighting the UFC. Do you know what I mean? I'm just gonna go where I can get more money, and a fight's a fight at the end of the day. And that's I feel like my mentality for this one was, because as well my last one was only my second professional fight, and it was on BAM. It would have been like the biggest stage, and I was like letting a lot of outside things like selling tickets and doing all this bollocks. I was letting all this like get into my head. Like the day of the fight, I was running around getting rid of tickets. And for this one, I just took a step back, done my training, didn't sell any tickets. Said if people want the tickets, get in touch with the venue, they can do that. And just like building myself up, because it's like a work in progress. I want to see the final piece as much as anyone else, you know. So I just want to keep building and building and building on that. And wherever it takes me, man. I'm just enjoying the ride. Just enjoying the ride.
That's nice. A nice, confident Dylan Logan, happy and victorious. Looking forward to seeing him in the future. So, Dylan, it was nice talking to you, bro.